Welcome back. If you're just joining, this is Daybreak on Trust Television. And now we talk about the recent suspension of local government financial autonomy, which has sparked a heated debate across the country. And this move has raised questions about the impact of grassroots development, democratic governance, and the overall effectiveness of Nigeria's federal system. This morning, we want to hear from you. Join our phone-in conversation as we, of course, discuss the implications of these suspensions. For you to call in, share your thoughts, your opinions, as well as your concerns. We do hope, as we expect the call, so there's been an agreement that there be a 3 months moratorium before the implementation of the local government autonomies, begin. This is supposed to give state governors some time to hash out some modalities in terms of salary payment, allowances, and the likes of that. But bearing in mind that this might, also hamper the implementation of the local government autonomy, meaning that local government areas and residents across Nigeria might have to wait an extra 3 months, before the implementation starts. The questions: how is this going to continue to impact the development of the different local governments across the country? I mean, we know that local governments are the closest to the people, so expectedly, they are supposed to be the ones that are most accountable to Nigerians, because they are at the grassroots level. They are the ones there in the villages, in the communities, in the local government areas and the likes of that. So when Nigerians have a problem, it is expected that they first approach their local government secretariats before they, escalate it somewhere else. But in situations where we are seeing that, well, there's been there's going to be sort of an extra delay. It's raising some questions and, of course, some concerns, which I know that you have in your minds. And this is the reason why I really hope that you call into the program, to share your thoughts. It's been decades since these local governments lost their autonomies. Now that, a court verdict has returned these autonomies back to them, the questions of whether and the concerns, of course, of whether state governors are going to comply has been there on the one hand, because we saw what happened the moment the verdict was given. Just a few weeks, less than a week or two later, we saw some states, which hurriedly conducted local government council elections across the different local governments in their states, having local government chairmen emerge all of a sudden, as with many people asking questions. So it means that all of the while you were waiting and didn't want to conduct these elections until these verdicts came in. We also saw situations where in another state some local government chairmen were given the impression that they remain loyal to their state governors. These are some of the dynamics that have emerged following this verdict. And the questions of whether some of these local government chairmen are going to continue to remain subservient or remain loyal to their state governors despite the autonomy that they get. The questions of what these local government chairmen are going to do with these autonomies when they get the autonomies. These are the questions, because Nigerian political system to a large extent has been impacted by varying levels of transparency issues and corruption issues. Not my words. This is something that has been in the media. This is something that statistics has proven. So the concern that, well, the local government being an extension of the state government for the longest of time might have gotten the influences of some of these political actors that are within the state government level, and that way, or in one way or the other, might have compromised some way, somehow. These are some of the things that have raised concerns that perhaps the local governments might just suffer the same issues of transparency and accountability problems, the same issue of being prone, to corrupt and corruption-related tendencies and the likes of that. These are some of the things that, are making some Nigerians call or question whether the anti-corruption agencies are also going to be checking the affairs of local government chairmen, of local government councils, to ensure that there is some transparency when carrying out its duties, when expending monies for procurement or for implementation of projects across the different areas in the local government and the likes of that. But by and large, there you have it. These are the conversations that we definitely will be having this morning. So we hope that you could just call in to share your thoughts, call in to share your concerns from Sokoto to Kano to Zamfara down south, talking about the creeks in Bayelsa to Port Harcourt to Ebonyi, to the different parts of the country. All of them expectedly are going to be seeing the local government autonomy come in full force in the next 3 months. So perhaps, these are the questions that might be in the minds of Nigerians. And also, remember that the joint account was somewhat enacted by then President of Nigeria, President Olusegun Obasanjo, in order to allow for seamless, transfer of federal allocations from state, from the federal government to the state government, with the expectation that if the state governors are operating a joint account, there would be some sort of control, there are other details, around how this joint account emerged. But then again, a verdict has now given the local governments some freedom. And we are hoping that perhaps Nigerians would get, some of the dividends of democracy, that they so want, that they so hope for, and that they've been so clamoring for. So please, phone lines are open. You can call. You can also text via WhatsApp, to share in your concerns, your comments, your commentary. Just in case you're not able to reach us via the phone line, of course. So the numbers are open, and of course, some questions to consider would be: what are the potential consequences, of course, for local governments, and of course its development? And also, how do you think this will affect the relationship between the state and the local governments? This question is exceptionally important because, at some point, some people were concerned that perhaps the governors and the local government chairmen might start to have some form of a fracas. But then we have our first caller this morning. Good morning. Welcome to Daybreak Interactive. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Because that is the Supreme Court.
Okay, let's start with your name and your location. Good morning.
My name is Adamu from Dabi.
Adamu from Kebbi.
Dabi.
Yes. In
Kwali Area Council.
All right. Go on, Adamu.
My only submission here is the Supreme Court budget has been torn. So why are we saying that almost all things that we are doing in this country, we are turning Supreme Court? Because Supreme Court, when he gives budget, that very day it becomes law. But now they are saying that it will uphold to October. Please, I'm calling on the Supreme Court judge to on this thing. If not, when you give budget, that budget will be turned upside down, and this will be a reference place.
So, Adamu, are you saying that the Supreme Court judgment should be obeyed with immediate effect?
When we're in school, the Supreme Court, immediately when the Supreme Court is a budget, becomes law immediately.
But the Supreme Court judgment is law as it is. I bet the federal government and the state governors are just saying that they need to hash out some modalities to ensure that it's a seamless process. Because it's a bureaucracy, right? So they can't just jump ship or immediately switch or change the situation as it were. We are talking about 36 states. We are talking about
they are not learned. They are not learned like in the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court is that pass through High Court, Court of Appeal to court. Immediately when they give the law, they are dealing with based on the law, and that law supersedes everybody.
That's
the
true.
Supreme Court law supersedes everybody. So why will we deviate the Supreme Court body?
All right, thank you.
Even the president is not above the law.
Indeed. Even the Supreme Court is not above the law. Thank you so much, Adamu, for your contributions there. Adamu called in.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, Adamu called from Kwali here in the Federal Capital Territory. So Adamu's concern is that the Supreme Court has pronounced a verdict. Now, expectedly, this verdict is supposed to become law immediately. But then I don't think there was a timeline given because, of course, the Supreme Court is the final court of the land. So if it gives a verdict, expectedly, it is supposed to be followed to the latter. But where, the questions are is whether there's been a timeline in order to, sort of shift from the norm to the new normal, which is movement from the joint account of local government to their own separate independent accounts. Please call in with your questions, your comments, and your concerns, so we get more contributions on this development. Adamu has said they ought to have followed the verdict, the law expressly, without changing anything. But here we have it: the states and the federal government saying they need time. And when you look at it, it's really something to plan so that Nigerians don't come again to say, well, it was rushed. But then we have another caller. Good morning, welcome to Daybreak Interactive. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. Your name and your location. Hello, good morning. Can you hear me?
It's William. I'm calling from Coffee.
All right, Williams, can you please turn down the volume of your TV set so it doesn't interfere with the conversation? I understand you're listening to me from your television.
I hear you now.
Please turn down the volume of your TV set. Thank you.
I'm done already.
All right, please proceed.
Okay, my take on it is simple. I appreciate the fact that let the Supreme Court also know that in spite of the fact that they are in the land, their decision has been turned down for a period of time. Now, to keep local government autonomy is not just the solution. The need of solution is to empower the federal INEC for local government election. Because if the state governors conduct the election, it still boils down to the same thing because the governors want pick chairman in their states and councillors. But if it is the INEC, federal INEC that is conducting the election, it will enable the chairman and the councillors to be paid because a lot of them are going to come from different parties. That will bring about accountability. Because not giving the local election to INEC to conduct, the state will stay and pick it as an appointment. The jurisdiction should stay up because I see the kind of mess they're doing, the issues in River State and all that. They have to sit up.
All right.
They have to sit up.
All right. Thank you so much, Williams, for your call. Yes, Williams with his contribution there. Williams' concern is about accountability and transparency of local government elections, and he's calling for the federal INEC to be strengthened, in order to take conduction of local government elections away from state governors, because, there's been continuous concerns that they might as well just influence the process. But we have another caller now. Good morning, welcome to Daybreak Interactive. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hello?
Hello, good morning. Can you please turn down the volume of your TV set so it doesn't interfere with the conversation?
Okay. Please, my name is Hussein. I'm calling from Abuja.
Please, can I get your name again?
Hello?
Yes, your name.
Hussein.
Husseini from Kaduna.
Yes, from Abuja.
From Abuja, all right. Go ahead with your contribution.
Yes. Okay. Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome. So, my contribution in this regard is that in Nigeria, we are just deceiving ourselves. It is very hard for us to get anything correct in this nation if we fail to get to get our vote, to let our votes count. You see, the local government autonomy that we are talking about, it has been in place before, but at the time it was good. Okay, thank God now it's Supreme Court that did it. And I, to my own best of knowledge, if Supreme Court the verdict, it's very hard for you to use it as court again to upturn it, to turn it the other way around. We just pray that it stands. But it has been in place before. At the time, they stopped it. If somebody has stopped it, right, we pray that it will stop again. For the throne of contention, we are having the truth from ourselves. It's for us to elect our people that will rule us. not after election. One or two people will stay and say, this one is the one that is going to rule them. I have been following the program morning in Daybreak. Because when you were interviewing a Hindu, Dangote refinery, he just said the whole truth and the pure truth. If they cannot use it, they use one of our own, one of even our senator or whatever, to say that our own is not good. But look at someone and say that, how can you say your product is not good? We all know where our problem lies. Whether our local government autonomy is good, fine. But our problem lies on using letting our people election count. If our election can count, and if you don't do well, we will let you out. You know that you are going to be out when you are not, when you don't do well. You know, everything will practically take its shape. That's the problem that we are having. And I think that sometimes we'll have the president that will have the courage to do the right thing in Nigeria. It is not far-fetched. They know the right thing to do. But their selfish interests don't allow them to go for the best for themselves and for us. Yeah. So, thank you. May God continue to bless you for your positive contribution and the way, you know, you are so burdened in your heart for things to go on well. I'm following all these protests and the rest of them. And I think that they do the right thing so that the mother of the protest will not come. Indeed. Because this is just
Thank you so much.
I heard that. Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much. So Hussaini is more concerned about making our electoral process as transparent as possible, because he spoke so passionately about making our elections count and making the votes count during elections. And he says it's only when you're able to elect those that you want in the positions of power or in political positions that you can really effect some of the changes that Nigerians have so clamored for, especially during the protest. But we have another caller again. Good morning. Welcome to Daybreak Interactive. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. I really cannot hear what you're saying, and that's because the volume of your TV set is up. Can you please turn down the volume of your TV set so we have a smooth conversation? Hello, can you hear me? Okay, unfortunately, we lost that call. So quick rules of engagement. If you're calling into the program, do well to turn down the volume of your TV set. If you do not do that, we will not be able to have a seamless conversation, as we will be hearing each other back and forth in the background. So in order to avoid this, please turn down the volume of your TV set. And when you call into the program, we definitely will have a seamless conversation. So we've had a couple of callers call into the program. I think we have another one now. Good morning. Welcome to the program. Hello, good morning.
From Pida, the ancient city of
Hello, good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, yeah, you are saying AA Kondo.
Okay. AA Kondo from where?
Yes. From Pida in Niger State.
All right. Go ahead.
Custom officer.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Because in fact, the local government autonomy, there is no need of debate, because the local government presently they are suffering. It is good that the federal government wish to autonomy local government. It's a kudos and it's a welcome now. But corruption should be checked. Corruption. Because AFCC and ICTC, I don't think they are in the local government. So they should drag some of them to the local government so that the salary of the local government can be more improved and recruited of federal and senior cadre. Question of local government staff. Development of local government is very nice. It's prominent in the country. And it will take government to grassroots.
All right. Thank you very much for your contributions. AA Kwando from Niger State. So his worry is about corruption and checking issues around accountability. He mentioned that local governments are suffering, and it's quite evident because, I mean, it's obvious that some of these local governments barely get up to 50%. In some cases, not even up to. I know. As I said, 50%. Some viewers will look at me and be like, 50%. Are you even sure it's up to 50%? Well, in some cases, it might be less. But what's known is some of these local governments struggle to complete projects, and if you calculate or you look at the ways that some of these local government officials have found their way into office in the past decades or two, it gives paints sort of a picture of some of the challenges that they face in situations where we would have governors, just do I say compensate their political cronies with local government appointments and the likes of that, and expectedly this hampers local government developments. But we have another caller now. Good morning, welcome to the program. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hello, my name is Chief Ado.
Chick Ado?
Ado.
Okay, perhaps you would have to mention the name again.
Are you getting me?
Yes, I can hear you now. Your name, sir, and your location.
Yeah, my name is Chief Ado.
Chief Aremu?
About the local. Yeah, Areo, Areo.
Okay, Chief Areo. From which state, sir?
Yeah. From Kaduna State.
All right, go ahead, sir.
About the local government that they are discussing, you see, it looks as if we are still far from the ocean. The state governors will never let it go. Today, if you look at it, the autonomy is questionable. It's questionable in the sense that, you see, it is the State House of Assembly who oversee the local government. And the State House of Assembly doesn't have any financial autonomy. They always depend on the state governor. There's a tendency that the state governor are going to dictate to the State Assembly. So most of the time, from what even we are experiencing now, it is the governors who are buying nomination for candidates. So how do we say that we have real autonomy for local government? That is why I'm telling you that we are very far from the ocean. The only thing that we can do is to make sure that the election also is conducted by INEC at the center, not the local government. Now you look at the result of the local government conducted previously, you will see that the party in power. That is to tell you that we are still far from the ocean. God bless you. God bless your station.
Thank you so much, Chief Ario, for those contributions. So two things he mentioned: governors organizing the election for local councils. Another thing is the local government councils are overseen by the State House of Assemblies. These State Houses of Assemblies have not gotten their own autonomies from the state governors. And when that happens, it is often difficult, for the local governments to exercise this autonomy. We got some messages, of course, from WhatsApp. And one of them reads, Trust TV, morning. To me, suspension of local government autonomy for 3 months is okay to allow governors to resolve some issues. Even they give local government autonomy chairmen. They will not bring development to the grassroots. This is Ahmed Bima from Niger State. And we have another caller now. Good morning. Welcome to the program. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Shetima, calling from Maiduguri, Shetima Yakudima.
Good morning, Shetima. Welcome to the program.
Thank you, Mr. Sagir.
Yes, go ahead with your contributions.
Nigeria should put their mind on rest. Local government autonomy has come to stay. The reason of the suspension is to put the house into order. There is some local governments, they hold the salaries for some months. That's the reason why they suspend this. And there is some local government who did not hold the local government election. So after they have conducted this and they put the house into order, the autonomy will be restored to them. But the issue that we have fear or doubt on it is, are they capable to maintain? Because these local government chairmen, they had been sponsors by the state governors. They are the state governors errant boys, which to do justice for the local government, it will be very difficult. But with time, things will be in order by God's grace. This system of Nigeria, whether we like it or not, our political gladiators, they will be on shame by God's willing, because all Nigeria had been wake up to see that Nigeria had been restored to the rational order, and this thing Allah will help us by the grace of God. Local government autonomy will come, and the local government inhabitants, they will enjoy their pounds by God's willing.
All right, thank you so much for the contributions, Shetima, calling all the way from Maiduguri, Borno State. We have another message on the WhatsApp. It says, "Good morning. Local government autonomy is an excellent idea, but how do we hold the local authorities accountable? I just hope it's not another opportunity for them to embezzle more. After all, governors are eating our money without check." This is Ogirima from Okene, Kogi State. And we have another caller on the program now. Good morning. Welcome to Daybreak Interactive. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning, sir. My name is Shengwa Andrew Nehemiah from Taraba State.
Shehu from Taraba. Welcome to the program. Go ahead with your contribution.
Andrew Nehemiah from Taraba State.
Shewa Andrew.
Siwa.
All right. My apologies.
Yes.
Siwa Andrew from Taraba. Go ahead.
Yes. We are happy with the local government autonomy. But I've never seen where court verdict will be changed. We all knew that all the governors, they are mortgaged the subvention of the local government with loan, while there's not any development in the local level. Even the staff from the local government since 2006 to date, no promotion in the local government staff, no promotion in the education authority staff. They have been suffering. We suffer for how many years? No, we are happy that they have given them autonomy, that maybe the local government will implement this promotion and other things so that there should be sanity in the local level. But they are giving them 3 months to maintain. Doesn't mean that those people in the local government are not educated to maintain all these things.
Well, I don't think that's the question. I don't think that's the issue, Andrew. So the federal government is saying that the verdict is currently out. The court has made the verdict and the judgment is expected, to be followed. But then again, it's going to take some time because remember, there's the joint account that's shared between the state governors and the local government. That's one. On another hand, some states have not conducted local government elections. So it means that if you're going to hand over these autonomies to the local government in those states that are yet to have local government officials present, some of those states have caretaker committee chairman currently present. And remember that the court has also forbidden caretaker appointments in the local government as well. So these are some of the modalities that they have to, hash out before we have a seamless local government autonomy implementation. I feel that that's the situation. Andrew, if you're there.
So if government knew that they didn't finish, they will have taken to finish before they should pass the verdict from the court. I'm not telling the Nigerians that when they pass the verdict in the court, they can still bring another idea.
Indeed. I agree with you, Andrew. But remember that it was the Attorney General of the Federation himself that took the 36 state governors to court. And, the case was pushed up until the Supreme Court before the verdict came. Now, the verdict may have gone either ways. But by and large, the verdict was in the interest of Nigerians. Now, also, I think in the interest of Nigerians, it's also important that the government put out and hashes out all of the modalities so that when the autonomy starts, nobody will come back crying foul to blame either the state governors or the federal government, for having local governments that are not as effective as they expect them to be.
So, thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Andrew.
We are seeing to see how it can be effective to local level.
Indeed, Andrew. And we're expecting that residents like you that are in the different local governments would ensure that the local government, officials are accountable to you and they do right definitely by you.
Yes, for that one we are ready. If any chairman that cannot do a right thing, the suffering that we experience, there is regular protest in this country because we knew even they are corrupt. But we have ICPC, we have EFCC.
Indeed.
They also they can do. We here, man, the protest will continue forever if they cannot do the right thing.
Indeed. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Andrew.
Thank you. You are welcome. Thank you, sir.
Andrew called all the way from Taraba. Andrew expressed concerns over why the government is wasting any time instead of immediate implementation of, the local government autonomy. Well, we had calls, we had contributions from different callers. Shatima, on the other hand, said Nigerians should, just have it in mind, the local government autonomy is here to stay. Others expressed concerns over the possibilities of local government still being controlled by state governors through the state houses of assemblies, which they say do not have their own autonomies of their own. And, this is a serious concern if you look at the fact that some of these states, governors have a sizable number of the state house of assembly members, under their control, if perhaps, and this makes it easier for them to have acts of legislation in their favor in the state. But we have another caller again. Good morning, welcome to the program. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning, my name is Jama Godfrey, calling from Delta State.
Godfrey from Delta, welcome to the program. Go ahead with your contributions.
To me, I just believe that the local government financial autonomy is not the best. Because the reason why I said so, if the judiciary system is not okay and stable, we will still have the same issue because most of the governments will not have access to the local government because most of the local government most of the governors, most of the local government chairman are their boys. So they will still use them to siphon and embezzle money
Indeed.
to the state.
All right, then. Thank you so much. Yeah, go ahead, Godswill, if you have any other thing to add. Go ahead if you have something else to add.
And another thing is that here in Delta State, we notice that the governors do buy tickets for House of Assembly members, local governments. So if that occurs, they will use party to.
So it's often okay. So Godswill, if I understand you, you're saying that these governors have so much control over their states to the extent that they buy tickets, nomination forms for State House of Assembly contestants, for local government chairmanship contestants and the likes. And in situations where we have that, it means that if their boys win the elections, they have control over their boys. Right?
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for spotlighting these issues. I mean, Godswill just alluded to what an earlier caller said about the control that state governors have, not just on local government, but also on state assembly legislatures as well. It's quite intriguing to see, these coming to light. And this is the reason why, you should call on the program and also share your comments and concerns about the development. I mean, Godswill is talking about procurement of nomination forms for State House of Assembly members and also for contestants in local government elections. Now, in a situation where the ruling party in the state is any of the parties, of course, you know what that would mean. It would mean that if local government elections is conducted, XYZ party, if XYZ party is the party that's at the state level, it means that across all local government, XYZ party is going to be the winner of the local government chairmanship elections. These are the issues. Well, we have another caller now. Good morning, welcome to the program. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Richard, it's my name from Benin.
All right, good morning, Mr. Richard from Benin. Go ahead with your contributions.
Okay. To me, what is important has been given autonomy to local government. You see, the role of money so big that the government is not direct controller of their fund. Has given them more than 50% direct control. That is the local government direct control over the affair. We should not expect that, okay, because autonomy has been given to them, they become, alpha and omega. As far as I'm concerned, I don't think there is any way it can be like before. No way.
Why, Mr. Richard?
Yes. It is a new order.
It's a new order.
Hello?
Yes, I'm with you, Mr. Richard. So you said you expressed concern that you don't think the local government autonomy is going to work.
It's going to work.
Okay.
No matter, yes.
So,
local government autonomy is going to work.
Okay.
Because by that law, chairman of all the local government, each one has been given, authority to work.
Yes, indeed.
You cannot hire the laborer.
Indeed.
And you are the one paying.
True.
The person who hires a laborer is the one paying. He has authority.
Indeed. All right, then. Thank you so much, Mr. Richard, for your call and, of course, for your contributions into the program. Mr. Richard called all the way from Benin City in Edo State. Mr. Richard says he feels very strongly that the local government autonomy is going to work, and, this is some of the things that some other callers have also said. I mean, amid all of the concern, of course, especially corruption, because, because of the fact that the governors in the state are usually the leaders of the parties in the state, it's often difficult to see, other members who are going to be occupying political positions in the state not to at least follow the body language of the governors. In a situation where that happens, that's where we see the influences coming. This is the reason why Nigerians are saying that the onus of conduction of local government elections should be domiciled at the federal INEC and not the State Independent Electoral Commission. But let's take contributions from the next caller. Good morning, welcome to the program.
The local government.
Yes, please. Let's start by getting your name and your location first.
I say I'm calling from Makudi.
Makudi, your name?
My name is Nicodemus.
Nicodemus from Makudi. Go ahead.
Yeah. My view in local government autonomy is something great for me.
Go ahead.
And I believe when the federal government agree to open the local government autonomy, I believe that it is something you can do a lot of help in the local level. Then, where is the meaning of the federal government the state government to quickly do the election of the local government? That's where the problem for me. If you flash back to 1999, the upper local government chairman 3 years in the country. Yeah. And then once they remove the government employment, we see some other government doing 2 years, 1.5. That's me. Now, as we are fighting for local government employment, if you see people, they didn't say they win the case in the court.
So, Nicodemus, can you hear me? Do you now feel that the local government autonomy has come to stay and the local government autonomy is going to be in the interest of developing the grassroots level and, of course, developing Nigerians at large? Hello, Nicodemus, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I'm there.
Okay, so my question is, do you think that the local government autonomy is a step in the right direction? Okay, unfortunately, yes. I think we're having problems connecting with Nicodemus. There's been sort of a lag there. But then again, thank you so much, Nicodemus, for calling into the program with your comments and contributions. Unfortunately, I struggled to hear some of the things that you said. But then again, quite a number of callers have called in with their concerns about local government autonomy, especially with regards to control. They feel that state governors might be too powerful, and stopping at just granting financial autonomy to local government chairmen might not be enough in this case. They might need other autonomies as well, be it electoral autonomy and the likes of that, in a situation where we'd see state governors, rest in terms of conducting or coordinating local government elections in the state. But how do we also address some of the issues that Godswill raised? Godswill, who called from Delta State, for example, state governors procuring nomination forms for aspirants of the different positions, be it local government chairmanship positions or state house of assembly positions. In a situation where these governors are from the ruling parties in the state, when they procure these forms for these individuals who are hoping to contest, some of these individuals, which some of you callers who called in say are even their boys, in quotes. So when this happens, what then happens? How do we control, the kind of influence that the governors end up having on those at the local government level, on those at the state house of assembly level? When do we begin to see these people working in the interest of Nigerians, if they are still subservient or they are still loyal to the state governors? How effective will these local government autonomies be if at the end of the day a local government chairman got into the office through the governors who procured the form for him? Do you think it's going to be easy for these individuals who got in by the mercy of the state governors to now say, no, we will not be sending you monies to the joint account, or no, we will not be giving you any proceeds from the funds that we have received from the Federation Account Allocation Committee, that's the FAC committee? These are the questions that Nigerians have continued to ask. And of course, we would want you to, send in those comments, those questions, and also those concerns. But then unfortunately, we have to call it a wraps on today's segment. Hopefully tomorrow you get to call in and share your concerns about other developments that we're going to be having. But then we thank you so much for calling. We thank all of those who send those text messages. For those who unfortunately we couldn't hear because of the network, we're hoping that you will call again tomorrow to comment on other national issues. And then we call it a wrap on Daybreak Interactive now.